Hey everyone, I'm AdamHarry with...
I'm StableAbe.
And we're from BoLS, and we have the Dark Angels Codex.
Dun dun dun.
Traders or not?
Dun dun.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In these hollowed pages.
These hollowed pages. Speaking of which, hollowed pages, quick run the numbers real fast. It is a hardback. Yep. 144 pages of Dark Angels goodness. There are 6 tactical objectives, 6 Warlord traits, 6 relics, 6 new psychic powers, 26 stratagems.
Yeah.
And new units, right?
Yeah, there are a couple renamed units and a couple actual new units.
Yeah.
So getting right into this,
couple of things too. It's the same kind of format we've come to expect from Games Workshop. You're gonna have your lore section up front. Yep. You're gonna have your page spread for each one of the units in the game or in the book. You're gonna have your art section. Then you're gonna have your data sheets. Then you're gonna have the crunchy numbers and stuff in the back.
Crunchy numbers, exactly.
So yeah, let's dive in.
Yeah. So
real quick too.
Yeah.
We are not gonna show off everything in the book. Obviously,
correct.
We're gonna hit the highlights and keep moving. So let's see some highlights.
Yeah. So again, as I said, if you've seen the Blood Angel book or you've seen the Grey Knights book, you're going to be familiar with what's coming in this book. It's not a bunch of new flashy stuff. They're getting kind of stuff that they should have had rolled into them, and then some updates on their rules.
Yeah.
There's a couple, as we mentioned earlier, there is a brand new unit in this book.
Yep, which we're excited to show off.
Yep, and then several other things have been renamed or added to the book. Outside of that, you're not going to get anything crazy. There is no rules for a Primarch in here.
No Primarch!
Yeah, if you were concerned about that yet. But we'll get to that. So we've got obviously a bunch of fluff here.
Yep, all of the lore section here. Let's go to the tables of contents.
Yeah.
I just want to show off real quick. That's the cool new front page.
I do like actually just
How many pages of lore are we talking about here? I think it goes up to like 70?
61 pages of lore, and then another
about 60, 65 lore,
yeah.
and then 10 or so pages of pictures. So
I really like. We saw this in the Blood Angel book as well, but they are doing these huge, like
beautiful color spreads.
Yeah, these beautiful color spreads of new artwork at the beginning of a lot of new books, and this is just really great art. So if you want inspiration, it's here. Obviously, we've got Horus Heresy, Caliban. They're pre-Heresy colors.
Pre-Heresy colors.
That's a pretty cool little thing. And then
they have one of the cool timetable things.
Yeah, they got
yeah, I love these little timeline things because it just catches you up. I haven't read the timeline yet, but I'm excited to because it will catch you up past Gathering Storm onto the current state of the Dark Angels, which again we'll get to some.
We'll get to that, yeah. Also, again, another big, huge, cool. Your Tyranids are getting wrecked there, I think. Yeah,
no, man, it's they're winning.
It's all good.
It's fine.
Yeah. So more beautiful artwork in here, obviously. They've done.
Besides, that's not High Fleet Cobra Kai anyway. So
that's true.
It doesn't matter. It's not the real High Fleet.
So we got all that. Then we've got.
Yeah, and again, you've got the full page spread real fast. This is Azrael, Chapter Master. He's got the full page of lore. He's going to have a cool art section, and then we can flip through a couple more just real fast.
Yeah, so you got a lot of cool pictures.
Integrator chaplains and how those work. Asmodee.
They don't like me.
They don't like you. I don't know what you do.
I don't know what I did.
And then, again, unit by unit, it'll have sections. It'll even have sections like, here's the big, assault, bread and butter units and things like that.
I do love the new this Primarch chaplain model.
Yes. That is such a cool model.
It's such a cool model.
Yeah.
So Primarch Marines are in.
Primarch Marines. What? Yeah. Can we talk about what's in and what's not in?
As far as I know, I don't have a comprehensive list off the top of my head, but most of the generic things from the Codex are in now. So all the Primaris stuff was added in.
If you have the index, it's gonna be a lot of the same.
It's gonna be a lot of the same.
I want to double check real quick. I don't believe Centurions might not be in.
Centurions might not be in.
Let's see. Venerable Dreadnoughts, Contemptor Dreads, Redemptor Dreads are all in. Yep. Did we get the Terminators? That was a big question I had too.
I don't believe they actually do because they get Cataphracti.
Cataphracti, Tartaros.
Tartaros, yes.
Yep, so you have the Terminators.
As well as Deathwing Knights still.
Yep, Deathwing Knights are still in the game. Yep. Hellblasters, we see those. I do not see any... No, there are no Centurions.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder if there's... other chapters are facing them out or something? That's an interesting...
that's a good question.
Like the aggressor fulfills a lot of the same roles.
Right, and points wise, points, price, and power level wise, Centurions are expensive.
Yeah, they definitely are.
So maybe the aggressors, the new Primaris Marines, are kind of filling that void.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it's the only way if you want to get a loyalist Primarch on the table right now.
Sure. Yeah.
Throwing game in with some Centurions.
There we go.
Do that. That's a good attachment.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so we got all that. We got all the color plates with all the beautiful painting.
Yeah, these are. I mean, the Dark Angel line is. If
you like green, it's for you. No.
All you Orc players out there, you should be playing it now.
Yeah. There's not a lot on like other chapters in here, obviously.
Shockingly enough. So like, they don't have a ton of stuff. They have successor chapters. They have the second founding stuff, but they don't have a ton of.
There's not a ton of stuff in here.
Yeah.
But you do get all the Ravenwing and Deathwing and stuff like that. Pretty cool, like repulsors and stuff, all painted up. And then we have the actual rules. So they do have a couple kind of generic special rules.
What are some of the generic special rules here? I'll hold it up so you can...
just like before, they obviously have They Show No Fear.
Gotta have that, you're a Space Marine.
They do have Jink, so any unit that has Jink, if it advances, it gets a 4 invulnerable save against all shooting attacks.
Which is kind of handy.
It's kind of handy.
Is that restricted to just the units that have it?
That have it, which is like your speeders and stuff like that. Yeah. Some of the bikes, maybe.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
4 invul's pretty good. Unfortunately, you have to advance, and that means you're not doing anything.
You can fire assault weapons, but yeah.
Sure, but not all of them have assault weapons.
Right.
Yeah. And then there's the Inner Circle.
Too bad assault cannons aren't assault weapons, right?
It's true. Inner Circle, I think, is mostly like the Deathwing stuff. There's a few things that have this.
Yeah.
You automatically pass morale checks. In addition, you can reroll failed hit rolls in the fight phase for attacks made against fallen units.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be honest, they have some cool rules in here, but I'm not the biggest fan of their special rules. I think that the units are really powerful, but overall the special rules are a little lackluster for me.
Yeah, again, it's very specialized. If that was just like reroll against chaos units, that would be marginally better.
Great, but against fallen,
just fallen list, I mean.
And then you're like passing morale checks. That sounds totally rad, right?
Yeah.
Except let's real quickly go to the back of the book for a second.
Yep. So, except you can spend 2 command points to do that anyway.
Well, you can spend 2 command. Yeah. No. So here's the other big rule, which is Grim Resolve. This is something that pretty much every unit that's not, I think all the infantry and bikes and dreadnoughts get it.
Yeah, this is like, infantry, bikes, and dreadnoughts.
This is their chapter
tactic,
yeah. And so you can reroll hit rolls of 1 for this unit whenever it shoots.
Not bad.
Including when firing Overwatch, so long as it didn't move in the movement phase.
Okay, that's...
and then it can never lose more than 1 model as a result of any single failed morale check.
Okay, yeah, I see what your problem is there.
Yeah, so I'm like, you already have, like, so first off, who cares about and They Show No Fear, because I'm never gonna lose more. Like, I already have a rule from around. Now I have another one, and then suddenly you're like,
it could be useful because like if you fail, you're like, oh no, I lost a dude. I could re-roll it and maybe just lose one die.
So you're always gonna re-roll because
you can have a chance to roll less.
Yeah, but like. So I'm like, so when you get to like
or a chance to pass
Inner Circle, you're like, all right. So I went from losing a max of 1 guy to losing no guys. Like,
I mean, if the Inner Circles are super expensive,
sure. But
then
most super expensive model units are pretty small and not going to lose stuff to morale. Yeah. But regardless, I also like rerolling 1s if you don't move is not a bad ability. Yeah. But because of like captains, there's a lot of abilities in the game that Space Marines in particular
already have
to reroll those 1s.
Yeah.
So that's not as big a bump as some of the other chapter tactics that get things there's no other way to get.
On the flip side, again, I'm just playing devil's advocate here. On the flip side, that does mean you're not going to be forced to take a bunch of captains.
It's true. No, it's not. It's definitely not useless.
Yeah.
I think if you want to like compare it to say the Blood Angels Red Thirst. There's no other way to get what the Red Thirst does, and that's a really powerful check.
As a Blood Angels player,
yeah. But on the other hand, they have a lot more specialized units than something like the Blood Angels.
It's true.
Do. So that's where I think the balance is. They're relying not so much on their army-wide special rule as they are on their special units.
Question too: if you're running Hellblasters, and you're not moving your Hellblasters, I think this makes a strong case for taking the heavy plasma on the Hellblasters because you don't have to have a captain around them. Number one, and you can overcharge them constantly.
Overcharge.
And again, who's famous for their plasma weapons?
It's true. So we'll talk about Hellblasters a little bit later in this book too.
Right.
There's a couple tricks I want to point out that are going to make your Hellblasters. Just like I think Blood Angels really love Intercessors.
Yeah.
This book is going to love Hellblasters.
All right. Good to know.
So I'll point out a cool trick we can do with them later in a bit.
Okay. Cool.
So go back to that. We'll go back to the actual rules though. Here we're there. So they get all this normal stuff.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the new stuff in this book real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've got all the special characters and everything.
And they're going to be the same kind of setup we've seen and expected, and it's great.
Anything in the index, I think, is still in here.
Yeah.
There's a few minor changes here and there with the rules.
Yeah, probably check your points and power levels, things like that. We're not going to go over all that.
Power levels, a few special abilities have changed. We're not going to be able to go over everything, but I'm going to point out the new unit and the biggest change, I think, in the book.
Okay.
So this is going to be one of the things I think is really going to see, you're going to see lists built around.
Okay.
And the Ravenwing, I think, are going to be really strong.
Yeah.
So here we have Samael.
Samael's great.
Who's the master of the Ravenwing, and it's on Sableclaw. This is his land speeder, right?
His land speeder jet bike thing that.
Oh, he has a jet bike. That's Codex. Is the jet bike.
Oh, okay.
And then Ravenclaw is his, or Sableclaw is his actual.
So Samael actually has two rides he can.
He does have 2 rides he can take, just like in the index. So they kept both of those. I'm happy.
That's cool.
A lot of stuff from a lot of times when you see the change from the index to the Codex, he might have lost one.
Right. Nope. He hasn't.
So Samael is very similar to what he was in the index. He has twin linked or 2 assault cannons and 2 heavy bolters.
Yep.
Which is a pretty potent offensive firepower. He lets all Ravenwing reroll failed hit rolls,
which is awesome.
Or within 6 inches, which is awesome. Again, gets rid of like why do you have a reroll ones?
We'll give it.
But whatever.
They're gonna be moving, man. That's why.
Sure. He also lets all Dark Angels reroll ones within 6 inches. So Ravenwing get to reroll all misses, Dark Angel. The rest of the Dark Angels get to reroll ones.
So he's like a captain, but he's better for Ravenwing. That makes sense. He's the Ravenwing guy.
He's the Ravenwing. So the real
side note too, does he have a change? Can he move and fire heavy with the penalty, or did he?
No, he still gets a penalty from.
So that's important, right? Because he's going to be moving and firing.
In theory, he's going to move. He doesn't have to move, but he could move. He still hits on 2s. So here's the big thing that he gets.
Well, he hits on 2s within the modifiers at whatever.
Sure, there are modifiers, but
whatever.
And rerolls and all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah. There is a big change from the index for him, though.
Okay, what's the big change?
In the index, he had a special rule that because he was a vehicle, basically, you could target him, even though he was a character with less than 10 wounds.
Right.
That rule's gone now.
Ooh.
So you can't. He follows all the normal rules for targeting characters.
Vehicle, Grandmaster. He has character.
He is a character, and he only has 7 wounds.
He has 7 wounds.
So that means you can hide him behind whatever protection you want.
Yeah, because being a vehicle doesn't mean that you're
able to be shot or anything.
Yeah,
right.
Like you're a character that overrides it. And
yeah. So he can sit back here with his 18 shots a turn that hit on 2s.
If he doesn't move.
Right. Sure. If he doesn't move, hitting on 2s. But why would he need to move? He's
I mean, the guns also have a pretty good range.
Pretty decent range.
Yeah, 24 and 36 inches.
Yeah. So he can sit back there and just shred things. He's also good in combat. He's got 5 attacks,
which is pretty neat.
with his Raven Sword, which is a pretty powerful weapon.
And he's hitting on 2s in close combat.
Rerolling all misses again.
He moves super fast because he's on a land speeder, so 16 inches.
Yeah.
That seems pretty good. So you think lists are going to be built around him, or is there something else?
Partially around him. Let's talk about the new unit now, real quickly.
Oh, what is the new unit?
I think they talked about this briefly on like a Warhammer community post. Also, they mentioned that they were going to add lieutenants in to both the Blood Angels and the Dark Angel book.
Yeah, we've seen the model. It's cool.
Yeah, so there are basically lieutenants, but the Ravenwing actually get a special lieutenant.
Wait, the Ravenwing get a lieutenant?
Yeah, so this is a special Ravenwing lieutenant, and this is a brand new unit here.
Oh.
And that's going to be the Ravenwing Talonmaster.
Oh, okay.
Now,
what is that guy?
This guy is basically a mini Samael on a speeder. I don't know why they didn't make a lieutenant on a bike. I think that could have been a really cool model and would have made sense for like what a lieutenant does, but they decided to go this way.
Okay, interesting.
So much like Samael, he's on a land speeder.
Sure.
And he has the same weapon loadout.
Oh, so you're talking twin assault cannon, twin heavy bolter.
18 shots a turn.
18 shots a turn.
Now, like a lieutenant, he's only ballistic skill 3. He hits on 3s and shooting instead of 2s.
Sure.
But he does also get the lieutenant's rule of Dark Angels within 6 inches from gets reroll 1s to wound.
That's pretty good.
And he also has another special ability called No Escape, which says enemy units do not gain any bonuses to their saving throws for being in cover. One from Dark Angel units that are being attacked by Dark Angel units that are Ravenwing units that are within 6 inches of him.
So Ravenwing ignore cover when they're around one of these new Talonmasters. They reroll 1s to wound, not to hit.
Correct.
But you can take Samael to get the reroll 1s to hit.
Or everything to hit.
Wow.
Ravenwing. Yeah.
Okay, I'm starting to see it starting to form in my mind.
So the other thing about these guys to point out is that like Samael, they're characters.
Yeah. Ooh.
And they also still only have 6 wounds.
They can't be targeted.
They can't be targeted. They've also got 4 attacks with a power sword in combat.
It's not too shabby.
It's not too shabby at all. So they can actually put a pounding on them. So I mean, you can imagine all of a sudden an army with like 5 or 6 of these guys and Samael.
I don't want to imagine it, but yeah.
Yeah, putting out over 100 shots a turn, hitting on 3s, re-rolling all misses.
Yeah, okay. And
not giving cover.
Assault cannons are strength 6 at -1 AP. Heavy bolts are strength 5 -1 AP. I'm seeing the volume fire.
So that's a lot of fire, and you have no way of shooting these guys back.
Yeah,
as long as
you can't target them.
You can't target them as long as there's some stuff in front. So you put some, infantry in cover. You hide a Colexis assassin in front of them. Remember, they just changed the rules for targeting characters.
Yeah.
So even if you can't see the other target, you can't shoot them.
Wow. Okay.
So this could be a pretty powerful Ravenwing force.
Ravenwing. Got a boost.
And even if you and remember these guys fly, so even if you manage to get to them and charge them,
they can fall back and shoot you.
They can fall back and shoot them. Also,
of course,
they all have 4 power up and attacks in combat.
So they may not want to fly away.
So if you suddenly like, I need to get that thing off there, I'm going to shoot you and then I'm going to charge you with my 20.
They get a heroic intervention too.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're characters.
They're all characters. So that's the new unit in here, and I think it's a pretty powerful unit.
I feel like Landspeeder, the Ravenwing Landspeeder kits might be in hot
I feel like you're going to find a lot of people grabbing the joke I think we made is they're going to grab the Dark Angel Power Sword arm sprue accessory and just glue it onto the side of your Landspeeder.
Yeah, pretty much. Wow, okay, so that's pretty mean. But,
yeah.
We'll stop talking about those for now. So
that's the big
you mentioned Hellblasters.
Yeah, so let's go
Let's skip over to the
so we've got just to point out there are some units that may appear to be new at first. We got all these special characters again. Primaris are in here. Yep. So they did rename a few things, like the Master. That's just a captain.
Okay, yeah.
So they renamed a couple of things in here. Master and Terminator Armor, Master and Catapult.
It's just a captain, yeah.
Primaris Master, those kind of things.
Master and Gravis
Armor. So yeah, they just renamed. They changed the name of Captain to Master because it's the Dark Angels.
And then Lieutenants are still Lieutenants.
So we got your Lieutenants, your Primaris Lieutenants. You can see all that in here. So.
Tactical squad, intercessor squad, scout squad, your standard troops.
All the same. This is all kind of your standard stuff.
Apothecaries.
So here's the first part of this combo that we're gonna look at.
Okay.
So we've got the Chapter Ancient.
Yeah. We remember those guys from the other
Ancients, right? So on a 4+, your guys get to shoot before they die.
Yeah.
So the Dark Angels Chapter Ancient actually has an additional rule.
Okay.
On top of that ability that anyone who dies within 6 inches gets on a 4+ to make a last attack. They've got this special one here that says models.
That's the Sacred Standard Dark Angels Infantry Chapter Ancients.
Yeah. So they got the Astartes Banner, which lets you shoot when you die or attack when you die. Yep. And they also have a Sacred Standard. This is all the same thing.
Yeah, the Dark Angels Infantry models that are destroyed with the signatures of any friendly Dark Angels Chapter Ancients, and subsequently.
Muster one last
search. Yeah, that's also shoot.
So if they get to do the shooting, they get to shoot or attack at a ballistic skill or weapon skill characteristic of 2+.
Whoa!
So that means your strike back is going to be super accurate.
Wow. Yeah. So that's the same thing, but now you're just hitting on a 2+.
Now you're hitting on a 2+.
Whoa!
Which is not bad. So again, if you need to kill something, you can place your you have your Hellblasters around your Ancient, and then you go, I'm going to overcharge with these.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reroll my my 1s to miss, but if I happen to kill 1 or 2 of my models,
I'm gonna fire anyway.
On a 4+, he gets to shoot you again. Obviously, he's gonna
Oh, big time. He's dead anyway.
He's gonna overcharge, and now he's hitting you on a 2.
That's so. No wonder he's
right.
dead.
No wonder. So he's like, this thing's gonna
go bad. I'm gonna just go critical. Yeah.
Now there is another thing we're gonna add to this shortly.
Yeah, that's mean already. The Space Marines could kind of do that. Regular Space Marines could kind of do that already. So that's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, so we got Deathwing Ancients got a pretty cool, also their own banner. Deathwing units within 6 inches get +1 attack.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice for Terminator squads, things like that.
Keep going. What else we got here?
So these are all kind of your normal units.
Cataphracti, Tartaros.
There's a new Tartaros, Venerable Dreadnought.
Venerable Dreadnought. Do we have the old Rifleman 2-weapon thing?
That would just be on the regular Dreadnought. Let's see if he has that option.
Assault cannon with a Dreadnought close combat with a missile launcher.
So remember, in this book they can't do that. I believe you can take the index options and do that. You do get the Redemptor Dreadnought.
You gotta have that.
You get all the Ravenwing characters here. Again, a Ravenwing Ancient. This is the guy on the bike with the big flag.
Yeah.
He does give all Ravenwing within 6 inches of him +1 attack. So you could plop one of those in the middle of all of your land speeders, and you're like, oh, did you charge me? All of my lieutenants. That
+5.
Yeah,
or 5 attacks.
Yeah.
With power swords. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got your aggressors. We got
I'm starting to see how the lines are getting drawn here.
Yeah, all the standard stuff. Nothing in here is particularly new. These are going to be just kind of all your rules. So let's go ahead and skip back. So they do get to, I don't 100% remember if they had them before, but on top of
repulsors,
they their repulsor, we of course have their Dark Talon and their Nephilim.
Yep.
They do also.
They have all that stuff still, yep.
They still get they do get Storm Ravens. But not Storm Talons, I believe, right?
Yeah, Storm Raven gunship, and then no Storm Talon, but they have the
Dark Talon.
They have the Dark Talon and Nephilim Jetfire, so that was kind of their Storm Talon anyway.
Yep. So that's all the unit rules, and again, a lot of that's pretty similar to what we already knew. So stratagems. I'm gonna go over just a couple. We'll go over a couple of the key stratagems here.
And again, we talked about Grim Resolve, so that's their special rule. So that's going to help out with their Hellblasters. And then I can see how that's going to work really well with Hellblasters. And So what were some of the big things that you want to
So a couple things here, and we're just going to go over a few stratagems here.
And they have a lot of the same ones you might have known from space. They've got like Wisdom of the Ancients, Orb of Bombardment, those type of things, Hellfire Shells.
Yeah. So I do like...
Kill Shots, another option.
So I do like
flak missiles.
That they have this new one called Stasis Shell.
Stasis, yeah.
A Stasis Shell. For one command point, when a Ravenwing is attacking from your army, attacks an enemy character using a Ravenwing grenade launcher.
Because we haven't seen those.
We haven't seen those, but you do have to have those. You make a single hit roll with the weapon in this phase.
Okay.
That's 1 to the result, so it's going to probably hit on a 2, most likely rolling.
Sure.
If the shot hits, the target suffers D3 mortal wounds.
That's pretty nice.
It's pretty nice. I like that but they have that along with that kill shot and flak missiles against something like Mortarion or Magnus.
It's gonna be pretty bad.
You could be doing 3d3 mortal wounds just from those units to those guys every turn.
Pretty good.
Now it's gonna use your command points, but they do have those kind of options to focus fire on those big characters.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal, yeah.
So weapons of the Dark Age.
Weapons from the Dark Age.
From the Dark Age. Sorry, you're probably gonna see this one every single game you play against.
All right, I have no idea. I haven't even read this one yet. I'm just going to read it right now.
Read it, go ahead there.
I have no idea what this does yet. Okay. Use the stratagems just before a Dark Angels unit from your army attacks in your shooting phase. Okay. Increase the damage characteristic of that unit's plasma weapons by 1 until the end of the phase. Oh boy, I see where this is going already.
Yeah.
For purposes of this stratagem, a plasma weapon is any weapon profile whose name includes the word plasma, e.g., plasma pistol, plasma talon, plasma incinerator, etc. Okay, so that's doing some tablecloth math here.
Right. I mean, that's a broadly useful stratagem.
That's already good
for any of the the Dark Angels units because a lot of them use plasma.
Yeah. Lion and North. We'll come back.
We'll come back to that. Yeah.
So, heavy plasma incinerators. Which
no, just the plasma incinerators, right?
Well, you could take heavy plasma incinerators.
Heavy plasma only have 1 shot.
Oh yeah, you want to take the multiple shots.
You want to take the multiple shots.
Let me make sure here.
That's just the regular plasma.
I know. I'm just looking. I'm looking at their plasma cutter, plasma gun, plasma incinerator. So if we take, you wanna go with the regular plasma incinerator.
I would say so.
Right.
It's the basic one the Hellblasters get.
Yeah, that's a standard rapid fire weapon, which just means you can get 2 shots. It's 30-inch range, so if you're within 15, it's bad times. It's strength 7. Without overshot.
Right.
It's the same one, right? But
yeah.
Strength 8, AP4, 2 when you overcharge them.
When you overcharge, yeah.
Again, if you roll a 1, you're going to kill yourself. But if you kill yourself on a 4-up with the Ancient Around, you fire again. Hitting on a 2 this time. Still rerolling 1s, by the way. You can use that stratagem to get +1 damage for the entire unit.
Yep.
So those guys are now doing 3 damage a shot.
With 20 shots.
With 20 shots, because you're rapid fire range. It's strength 8. -4 AP. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then because that stratagem lasts for the phase, any of those who die and get to shoot are still doing 3 damage on them. Ooh. So that's kind of you're like, I need to kill this thing dead. That unit can do 60 damage with its first barrage, and then any of them who die, which most likely you might use 1 or 2.
I mean, the odds are not. I mean.
If you're not losing any, remember, if you're not losing any, you're hitting with
you're hitting with everything else.
Yeah. But yeah, so you lose 1 or 2. Okay. 1 or 2 of them gets to fire back, hitting on 2s this time. Again.
Is that the macro plasma incinerator? No, that's on the other one.
That's on a vehicle.
Yeah. Heavy plasma cannon. Heavy. Yeah, I can see why, man. Like. Yeah. The heavy plasma incinerator. I mean, that sounds like the way to go. But realistically, you're only shooting 1 shot at 36-inch range versus 2 shots. The potential to do a crap load of damage is there. Is there an assault version?
There's not. There is.
Plasma blaster?
No, there's the assault plasma incinerator.
Oh yeah.
Which is also a really great option for this.
Yeah.
Because then you're
strength
7, 24 inches.
Which are assault too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've got some really good options there. You could also use this on the special weapon, the Plasma Talon.
Yeah.
The Ravenwing Dark Knights get.
Yeah.
So the Plasma Talon isn't a bad weapon either. It's a little close range, but it is Assault 2.
Assault 2, yeah.
So, I mean, they're a little more expensive, I think, than Hellblasters, and I think overall the Hellblaster's a better choice for, like, a
a 10 block is amazing. Okay, so enough about that one.
Yeah.
Hellblasters...
Hellblasters are pretty good.
Pretty good. Plasma's going to be really good for Dark Angels.
Definitely going to be really good.
What is this line in the wolf stuff?
Alright, so this is probably my favorite.
I saw this one and I was like, wait a minute.
This is one of my favorite stratagems, ever.
This is what, actually, the Line in the Wolf short story from Angels of Death, Codex, from 2nd edition, is one of the first stories I remember reading about. Yeah. So, this has my interest peaked.
This commemorates the rivalry between Space Wolves and Dark Angels.
Yeah.
Right?
What does this do?
So it's never going to get used, I'm going to be honest.
Probably not.
But use a stratagem before the battle if your army includes any Space Wolf infantry units.
Okay, so first off, you have to have some Dark Angels to get access to the stratagem. Yeah. So then you're also allied with Space Wolves somehow. Okay.
So like I said, it's probably going to be fairly rare.
I'm going to run this all the time with my armies I don't have. Okay.
You choose one Dark Angel's infantry model. Not a character, mind you.
Just a model.
Just a model. And one Space Wolf infantry model.
And those could be characters, right?
They could. And they probably should be. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Roll a dice for each model.
Okay.
On a 4+, that model suffers a mortal wound.
Alright, why would I ever use this?
So it's probably why you do want like a character or a Primarch Marine.
Okay.
Because if it's just like a regular
they're gonna die.
Marine, like, 4+ you died, I get nothing.
Why would I do this though?
So each model that survives then increases its strength, attacks, weapon skill, and leadership by 1.
You can only use this stratagem once per battle.
Yeah.
Okay, so just almost on a purely narrative level, that would be great.
Yeah, so they they're like, oh, we meet.
I get a little bloody,
nose.
Yep. But I get +1 strength, attacks, and weapon skill, and my leadership goes up by 1. All right, that's funny.
Funny to point out, as far as I can tell, you can use that on named characters.
It does not have a restriction. It just says infantry.
Yeah.
You can't use it on like
Bjorn or
Samael.
But you could use like Azrael and Logan and Grimnar or something, like go to town on each other, right? And they're like, would that count? Even better.
Would that count if you had a way to like ignore mortal, like a Film of Pain save?
Oh yeah.
Could you take it? Oh.
No, you wouldn't take it. And I mean, obviously, if you just don't roll a 4+. So you get that no matter what.
Okay.
It's only on a 4+ you suffer a mortal wound.
So if you roll a 3,
you get the benefit.
You get the benefit with
nothing. Yeah.
All right, I like that.
So I mean, like, if you happen to field a forest that has Space Wolves and Dark Angels in it, you're going to use this every game.
I mean, more power to you.
Yeah, but you have to do that.
You do have to do that.
Not super likely you're going to see it a lot, but I do love it from like a pure fluff.
Yeah. A pure fluff standpoint.
Yeah. I do have, like, the Inner Circle ability is also a pretty little cool one. It's a 1 command point. You pick a Dark Angel's Master, Dreadnought, or Land Raider. It gains the Deathwing keyword and the Inner Circle ability, so you can now have your Deathwing Land Raider back, stuff like that.
Okay. Skipping through real quick, Warlord traits. I haven't got to look at these yet. What do you think of them?
So they do have a couple pretty cool ones. Like a lot of Space Marines now, they have an ability to get back command points on a 5+.
Which is always handy.
So just like, I mean...
It's not a relic this time,
it's not a relic.
Okay.
It's a Warlord trait. They do, I think probably a couple of ones that you're probably going to see used a lot, other than that Brilliant Strategist, is they have the Huntsman, which is a pretty cool ability too.
Okay.
So your Warlord can fire their pistols,
right?
Assault, rapid fire, and grenade weapons at enemy characters, even if they're not the closest enemy model.
Okay.
In addition, whenever they pile in or perform a heroic intervention, they can move towards the closest enemy character instead of the closest enemy model.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah. So they really want to go after enemy characters. And remember, like, a lot of Dark Angel characters have, like, plasma guns.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty handy.
So you can...
sniping out the characters with the big damaged weapons.
Definitely. I think it could be totally hilarious. You could put that on a Talonmaster. They could be your Warlord. And you're like, my 6 assault, my bajillion assault cannon shoots you in the face.
Yeah, I can now shoot you, so take that.
So that's
what about the relics here? There's 6 new relics. Anything that jumped out of this?
Yeah, there's two really good ones, I think. First one is the Shroud of Heroes.
Oh,
your opponent must subtract -1 from all hit rolls against the bearer.
There's no range restrictions on that, and it just says hit rolls. So that is also close combat and shooting.
Yeah.
So.
Also, that does combo with the.
They have another way to get a -1?
They do. So there is the. Let me find the name of it.
Is it the
Ravenwing Dark Shroud, which is like a special thing, and it happens to have.
Your opponent must subtract 1 from any hit rolls they make for shooting attacks that target Dark Angels units within 6 inches of a friendly Ravenwing Dark Shroud.
The Dark Shroud's a little expensive, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the. It's like the spores from Tyranids, but that's like a Ravenwing Dark Shroud. So that's not bad.
That's definitely not bad. That can work on all of your stuff.
Yeah,
but you could combo that with the Shroud of Heroes.
-2 to be shot at.
-2 to be shot at. It's pretty rough.
Or -1 in close combat. That's that's.
What was the other? Shroud of Heroes is great. I do like Foe Smiter as well.
Foe Smiter, okay.
So it's a Stormbolter replacement. Just like a Storm, it's basically the same thing as a Stormbolter, Rapid Fire 2,
24-inch range,
Strength 4. It is AP -1, which is nice.
It's a plus.
And that does 2 damage.
Ah, that's the kicker.
Right. So remember, this can have 4 shots on a character.
Yeah.
Give it to someone who has maybe Huntsman as your guy. And
I see what you're saying.
Suddenly I hit on 2 to reroll 1.
Oh, or might have been 12 inches if you have 4 shots that do 2 wounds each.
8 damage, yeah.
8 damage.
So not crazy, but I do like it. It's great for taking down maybe like a lower armor save big characters.
Okay. What about their psychic powers? And they have the Interomancy discipline, which are interrogator chaplains. That makes
pretty much. So I think my favorite one is Mind Wipe.
They have six.
They have 6. Yeah. Go ahead and read Mind Wipe.
Mind Wipe is power number 6. Mind Wipe has a warp charge value of 7. If manifested, choose an enemy model within 18 inches of the psyker that is visible to him. Each player then rolls a d6, adds their model's leadership characteristics to their results. If your opponent scores higher, or if the scores are drawn, nothing happens. If your score is higher, the enemy model reduces its leadership, ballistic skill, and weapon skill characteristics by 1 for the rest of the battle. Ouch.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good way.
That's great for your lion and the wolf.
Yes, absolutely. Remember, you get +1 leadership.
I know. That's you thought I was joking, but I'm serious.
So I mean, you do have a couple ways. I don't remember. Does leadership cap at a 10 anymore?
There's no cap.
Yeah. So I think there are actually a couple ways to get you to have like an 11 leadership if you combo some stuff up. So this is a great way of tackling those big, scary enemy characters. Some if you take Mortarion or Magnus, it's suddenly hitting on 3s.
First off, if you can get a psychic power off on Mortarion or Magnus,
sure,
good for you.
Good job.
But if you happen to make Mind Wipe here on that, that's just hilarious to begin with.
It's great, yeah.
But if you get to Mortarion or Magnus and suddenly they're hitting you on
3s or 4s or something like that.
That's great.
Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty good. I think this is also a great way to fighting Ashen Militarum, because a lot of their tanks are characters sometimes. They're like, oh, suddenly that tank's hitting me worse.
Pask would be great to nail that
so
on.
Is this the best power ever? Probably not. It's hard.
No.
It's hard to get off, and it may not work.
I mean, it's on a 7. And it doesn't do any direct damage, but it is a debuff.
It's a 7 to get off, and then you still have to beat them on a roll.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be the easiest thing to get off.
But if you do pull it off, it's hilarious.
It can be pretty funny.
All right.
So cool. I really do like that.
And then of course we've got points value changes in the tactical objectives, which we won't go over. But
yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's plasma.
Yeah,
Dark Angels plasma all the way.
And you know what? One last secret before we end up.
One last secret. We mentioned earlier there's no Primarch in this book.
Right. Well, there's no Primarch rules in this book.
Yeah.
But I think there's a little teaser in here.
There is definitely a teaser. Would you like to read it?
Sure.
Or you want me to read it?
I'll read it. So this is quite literally
the last paragraph in this entire book.
Yeah, hidden at the very end, the final secret.
Yeah.
And part of this talks about the fact that...
let's just skip down the last paragraph. Yeah. Literally the last paragraph.
This is the last paragraph. One more truth remains concealed. However, buried deep inside the last bedrock of old Caliban is the greatest of all the Dark Angel secrets.
Yep.
Hidden in the innermost chamber that is unreachable by all save the cryptic watchers in the dark. Lionel Johnson slumbers.
Wait, what?
His wounds long healed. He awaits a time when he is most needed, when the clarion call of battle summons him to once more lead his sons to defend the Imperium of Mankind.
Confirmation that Lionel Johnson is literally sleeping in the rock right now.
He's just napping. He's not hurt.
He's not hurt. His wounds are healed.
Yep, he's ready.
He is just chilling in the deepest depths of the rock of Caliban, floating around in space, just chilling, watches the dark.
Whenever
What's he waiting for, man?
I don't know. I mean, whatever they like.
Call of battle. He's waiting.
He's waiting for breakfast.
He's waiting for breakfast.
They're like, I need some eggs, and the Watcher's like, I don't want to make eggs. I just watch things.
I can't touch anything.
But all the cooking shows have been turned off for like 10,000 years.
Yeah, I'm a watcher in the dark. I physically can't touch things.
Yeah,
what is going on?
We can't get breakfast.
Somebody get him some bacon.
Yeah, and maybe
the smell of bacon.
Sausages.
So, I don't know.
Some beans.
Beans
tomatoes.
And what are you? Breakfast.
Right. That's what British
cereal.
That's what British Primarchs eat, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So literally though, confirmation. Lionel Johnson's fully healed, middle of the rock, chilling, waiting to be woken up.
I think
we just had a giant warp storm outside, rocking the boat. That didn't wake him up.
That didn't wake him up. Nah. You know, it's rock solid down there. He's not gonna wake up, right?
I thought you were gonna be like, "Is a giant warp engine or something," but no. It's Lionel Johnson.
So I think that's pretty clearly meaning that we're gonna see Johnson at some point.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's the time that the Primarchs are coming back.
Right. I don't know if it's gonna be the next Primarch. I hope that they bring him and Russ together and do like the Lion and the Wolf saga, and like Russ and Johnson come back. It's a great pairing to bring back. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, make it happen. That would be awesome. Yeah. Like in a box,
some kind of box, or back-to-back boxes. Or
they're hanging out, taking like family photos from the '80s.
We'll just sit around whispering about Gulam, like Robo.
Go Robo. Yeah. I just want to see another Loyalist Primarch on the table.
Definitely.
I'm gonna use air quotes for that for Loyalist.
Yeah. I mean, that's the great thing is if you bring back him and Russ, you've got 2 Loyalists, two Chaos, and 1 question mark.
Just saying, GW, make it happen.
Do it.
You can do it. That's pretty cool stuff. That's all the Dark Angels. That is too much heresy for one book, in my opinion. I love it. Definitely. Good stuff. Yeah, that's our quick overview. Wasn't that quick? I'm AdamHarry.
I'm StableAbe.
We're both from BoLS Souls. Thanks for watching.